In this video, we'll talk about the 4-Hour Work Week by Timothy Ferris. Have you ever wondered how to work less and have more time for yourself and for your loved ones? Are you fed up with your 9-to-5 job? With your boss? Do you want to live fully now rather than work hard now and enjoy life later, after retirement? Then the book The 4-Hour Work Week by Timothy Ferris, the renowned entrepreneur, is for you. This life-changing book will help you as an individual or as a businessman or woman redefine your concept of work and change your habits. It is a practical and inspiring guide to creating an ideal lifestyle that prioritizes freedom and self-fulfillment while creating an income for yourself. You will learn how to live your life full of leisure and adventure now, not after retirement, while still earning the big bucks. So let's dive in deeper immediately and give you Tim's recipe for creating a life that allows working better and having more time and freedom, a billionaire's lifestyle without necessarily having as much money in the bank. The book is divided into 4 main sections. The first section is titled D is for Definition. It will help you define what you want to achieve regarding your career, business, and personal life. It will help you determine and identify where you are now and where you intend to be. In this section, Tim Ferris focuses on what he calls the new rich and how they can be separated from the crowds based on the kind of goals they set. Their goals always show the kind of priorities they have in their lives. The new rich define their goals, not by the ways others define them, but simply by metrics that will help them achieve what they desire. They understand themselves and their environment, and the need for them to improve their lives, and then act towards it. They also know it is important to separate time from income. The new rich have a few rules that change the rules. 1. You can multiply your money based on the number of W's that you control in your life. The W's are what you do, when you do it, where you do it, and with whom you do it. Proper understanding of these W's is the first step to goal setting and achieving your dreams in life. 2. Retirement is the worst form of insurance. As an entrepreneur, you must ensure that you are not living your life and running your business to the sole aim of retirement. 3. Most people think more work means more money. That is wrong. Do the minimum to get the maximum. A good work is not measured by the time spent on doing it. As Tim Ferris phrases it, focus on being productive instead of busy. 4. Work on increasing your strengths rather than fixing your weaknesses. This is the only way to convert your efforts into real results. Fixing your weaknesses will at best become mediocre. 5. Relative income is more important than absolute income. Let's take 2 guys. Wolf earned $50,000 a year. Dan works 80 hours per week, and Bob works 10 hours per week. Bob is clearly richer than Dan. His hourly rate is 8 times higher. This is the difference between relative income, which takes into account time and money, and absolute income, which only considers time. 6. Timing is never right. Let me explain. Conditions are never perfect. As Tim phrases it, someday is a disease that will take your dreams to the grave with you. If something is important to you and you want to do it eventually, just do it and correct the course along the way. Do not wait for all best conditions to be reached because they never will. 7. Fear is an optimistic denial. Many people choose unhappiness over uncertainty. Define your fear and ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? How likely is it to happen? How can I repair the damage if it does happen? This will help you identify what you put off out of fear and take the necessary actions. Remember Tim's saying, what we most fear doing is usually what we most need to do. 8. Know the things that will lead you to growth, and work on achieving them. Be aware that if you don't pursue what excites you, you will regret your actions in 5 to 10 years. 9. 99% of people grow up convinced that they cannot achieve great things. That is why they settle for mediocre living. To achieve great things, the best question to ask yourself isn't what do I want, but what would excite me? To answer this, ask yourself, what you would do if there were no way you could fail? What you would do if you had $100 million? What are the 4 dreams that would change it all? Determine the cost of these dreams and your target monthly income. Determine 3 steps to reach each of these 4 dreams for the next 6 months. Then set simple and well-defined actions for now, tomorrow, and other days. This will give you the drive to start acting and reach your goals. 10. Remember that the most important actions are never comfortable, but there is a direct correlation between an increased sphere of comfort and getting what you want. Tim Ferris says, a person's success in life can usually be measured by the number of uncomfortable conversations he or she is willing to have. We will now see the second section of the book, Section E, but before that, If you are interested in investing in the stock market, you can copy my investment portfolio, which has an average growth of 17.89% per year since 1998. You can copy-paste what I do, with less than an hour work per month, by clicking the link in the description of this video. The second section of the book is titled E is for Elimination. It will help you eliminate some mundane activities and streamline your tasks to do only what you need to do, and thereby get your productivity up. It enables you to identify critical tasks and eliminate unnecessary ones to create time and freedom. 1. We often instinctively try to do more every day to look busy. Doing more is often used as a distraction to avoid important and uncomfortable actions. Stop trying to do more every day. What you do will always be more important than how you do it, or as Ferris says, doing something unimportant well does not make it important, and requiring a lot of time does not make a task important. 2. Forget about time management. Use the Pareto principle instead. 20% of your input is responsible for 80% of your outcomes. To be productive, you need to identify the tasks that give you the most income and limit your work to those important tasks to increase output. 3. You also need to take into account Parkinson's law. According to Parkinson's law, a task will swell in perceived importance and complexity in relation to the time allotted for its completion. This means that if you allocate 8 hours to complete a task, you will need 8 hours, but if you give it 15 hours, you will require 15 hours. Hence, you have to use these two laws in synergy and 1. Limit tasks to the important ones to shorten work time, Pareto's 80 to 20. 2. Shorten work time to limit tasks to the important, Parkinson's. 4. One of the means for this, according to Tim, is being selectively ignorant. This means ignore or redirect all information and interruptions that are irrelevant, unimportant, or unactionable, most or all 3. This means avoid information and time overload because they are irrelevant to your goals and time-consuming. For this purpose, you need to do the following. A. Go on regular media fasting. Spend 1 week without social media, newspapers, television, magazines, etc. You are only allowed 1 hour for pleasure viewing, and no web surfing unless it is necessary to complete the job you have done for the day. B. Only consume important information. During your daily activities, figure out if you will use this information, if it is relevant, important, and actionable. C. Interrupt interruptions, and learn the art of refusal. Anything that prevents you from completing a critical task from start to finish is an interruption. There are 3 main types of offenders. Time wasters. Things that can be ignored with little or no consequence, such as meetings, discussions, phone calls, and emails that are unimportant. Time consumers. Repetitive tasks or requests that need to be completed but often interrupt high-level work, such as reading and responding to email, making and returning phone calls. Empowerment failures. When someone needs approval to make something small happen, such as fixing customers' problems, lost shipment, damaged shipment, etc. There are several ways to fight those interruptions. Reduce the consumption and production of unnecessary emails, phone calls, and content. Limit your screen time. Encourage people to get to the point rather than allowing them to chit-chat with you while going through important stuff. Avoid all meetings without clearly defined objectives. When someone proposes to meet with you, ask them to send you an email instead. Ask people around you to clearly define their requests before addressing them. The third section, A is for automation, helps you to identify ways to automate and delegate tasks to help you free up time. Outsourcing is one of the major skills you need as a business person and in life generally. This is one of the skills of the new rich. However, ensure that you never automate things that need to be eliminated. Clear things up first. Delegate low-value, time-consuming, frustrating, boredom, and well-defined tasks which cannot be automated. 1. One of the best ways to delegate tasks is by hiring a virtual assistant to do your job for you. I put a link of the platforms I use to help you find a good one in the description. But for hiring someone, there are certain things you must do. Hire someone with good English speaking experience, and always give precise instructions. Ensure all tasks are completed within the shortest time frame possible. Always send one task at a time for better efficiency. 2. The goal of your business is full automation while generating cash. The purpose is not to run your business, but to own a business that requires as little time and effort as possible. If your business cannot run without consuming time, find a market that is in high demand which you can switch to. Do not make the mistake of first creating a product and then looking for customers. Find the market and the customers, then develop a product that will satisfy them. While looking for the products, there are important things to ensure. The main benefits of your products must be explained in one sentence. The product must take less than 4 weeks to manufacture. When established, it can't require more than 1 day per week of management. You can choose either to resell an existing product, license an already existing product, or create a product. Once you have found a potential product, use an accurate indicator of the viability of the product. This method is called microtesting, and it involves the use of low-cost advertisements to test if a potential customer will buy your product or not. 3. Once you have a business that works, set up a business architecture that will keep on running for you. Reduce service overhead by, for example, offering limited purchase options, avoiding phone orders, and redirecting your customers to online ordering. The 4th section of the book, L is for Liberation, gives you advice on how to create a sustainable and fulfilling lifestyle that allows you to work less and live your life more flexibly and intensively. There are certain steps you can apply to help you achieve more flexibility and live your best life. 1. Free yourself geographically. If you are an employee, gradually free yourself from being forced to go to the office. Expand remote time by proposing a few days per week remote and showing higher productivity during that time. 2. Quitting the things that don't work, such as killing your job, is the best step to winning a life of flexibility. However, that action is not an easy one to take. There will be several phobias trying to prevent you from doing it. However, instead of dwelling in the fear, use it as an opportunity to explore the possibilities. 3. Explore more. Take breaks in between work and travel. Traveling will give you a sense of freedom and enable you to explore the world better. 4. Filling the void. Once you manage living your dreams, you must ensure that you do not get bored and depressed because you have too much time. Make sure that after subtracting work, you use your free time to live fully and do things you like. 5. Avoid most common mistakes of the new rich, such as losing sight of your dreams in your work, handling problems that can easily be outsourced or that are not important, working where you should relax, looking for perfection instead of progress. The previous chapters have shown us the important parts of the book and provided us with the right guidelines on how to escape the traditional work week and achieve a lifestyle of more freedom and flexibility. Now let's see the lessons to take away from the 4-hour work week and how to apply them in your everyday life to make sure you achieve your dreams. 1. Define your goals. You must specify your goals before making any action. This will help you avoid activities that are bound to wasting your time and not giving you the kind of results that you need. 2. Focus on high-value activities and delegate the rest. To be more productive, you must focus your time and energy on achieving the high-value tasks and delegate the boring, low-value, time-consuming rest to others. Identify the tasks that may not be worth your time but are important for your business and delegate them to someone else. 3. Apply the Pareto and Parkinson principles. Focus on 20% of the activities that help you achieve 80% of your results. Shorten your work time to be more efficient. 4. Adopt the remote working culture and gain more flexibility and freedom. 5. Distractions are a killer. It's easy to think we've got complete control over all distractions. Truth is that we can easily slip right back to our former habits like checking our emails when we wake up and every 30 minutes thereafter. Make sure you fend off all forms of distractions. 6. Automate, automate, automate. What you cannot delegate, find a way to automate. Automation is a great way to avoid mistakes and remove a hard chunk of bottlenecks for a small fee, and this is the key to freedom. These lessons can free up a lot of your time and make the difference to help you live the life of your dreams. Also, get a look at my portfolio if you want to have 10% more return per year on your investment than if you invested in the S&P 500, with even less risk. I show you how to do that and copy/paste my personal portfolio in the link in the description of the video. If you want to learn more about personal finances, check this video, where Robert Kiyosaki reveals his 7 secrets to become financially independent. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.